to, and when they come here for this clash, it can define a season, no matter what's happened before or what might happen after. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will go on the attack first. The meeting last year between these two teams really underscored the fact that Georgia never really seemed to find its rhythm, and also sent signals that Florida may be on the rise.
Yeah, it was super close. Remember, DJ Lagway, who we all know is sensational, a stud. Like, he was playing really good football. He gets hurt, he goes out. Problem with the Florida defense played great, turned over Carson Beck several times, but I think the quarterback spot they felt like held them back. That's not a thing today.
No, and I think Florida feels like they've recruited better and they've gotten some help from the portal. I think they feel like they line up and match up a little better. They're not equal to Georgia by any means yet, but I think Florida feels like they have the talent now. If they can stay healthy on the field, then anything in this game can happen.
The short hands, it's Delton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. Buys a little time with his feet. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Coaches talk about third downs all the time. They emphasize it in football games, and that's a great start for this defense. They're ready for the pass, nice coverage in the back end. They get the sack, and they set the tone in this football game.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Florida's offense will have its first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up, just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, running back on the move. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The Gators send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Off the play fake on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Bell. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. To the air, it's Stockton. Quick strike complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
Here on third down for this offense. He's looking to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Frazier. Offense has gained momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
The Dogs have their offense in high gear. Caught in the backfield, it's Branch.
I really like this slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And the Dogs come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Takes it from the gun on third down. Got it in the middle, it's Branch. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and goal. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Back it's Lagway. Fires to the tight end. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
With the first down, they'll put it and play it from the 33. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Livingston. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Looking deep. He's got it down the left side. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that had to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no rhyme or reason why a receiver should be that wide open, that deep down the field. Defense, they better check themselves.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And right down the middle. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And we don't expect to see another play here. They'll just take a knee and head to the break, all tied up. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Gators and Bulldogs. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Florida and Georgia plays out.
Coming out with it, it's Ball. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Off the play fake. Grabbed in the middle, it's Branch. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks in Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Running back searching for a hole. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackler.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Tight end now in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Caught on the outside, it's Branch. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
Good enough for a first down.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. So first down will open up the final period. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge 3rd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Frazier. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. 3rd down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. That's exactly what happened. Now setting up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That puts them on top here in the 4th.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there, and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him, he delivered.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Here comes the offense on second down. The play action fake. Unloads to the right. Zips it out to his man. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this.
Turning it on! Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Well, no big surprise here in the fourth quarter. The defense expecting pass, and that's why they've got extra DBs on the field. It's almost like a prevent look. Everybody back there staring at the QB. It's going to be hard to throw into that, and obviously the ball falls incomplete.
So now it's second and long. They'll run play action. Steps away to find some room. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Caught over the middle, it's Sturdivant. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? Just feels like every time this QB is throwing the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Gators with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. I think at this point you might as well try to throw the ball down the field because this dog defense is not giving an inch.
They don't give an inch. They hunt the whole entire game. And they're all highly recruited kids. They're all talented. They're all going to get drafted. But they play for each other. They play with fight. They play with aggression. And that's why you always see them near the top of the defenses in all of college football.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Looking to help the kicker out on third down. From here, it will be a 59-yard attempt. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Sturdivant. Timeout call by the offense, 24 seconds left on the clock. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs his routes, too. He is a versatile back.
A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock. And this one can draw us even in the final moments. Here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Final minute of play, all locked up. Are we headed to overtime?
And that's why this kid is so automatic. Set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. And finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Man, you play the whole game. Now it's coming down to what? A couple of plays. It's in overtime. You're starting to move the ball closer to the opponent's end zone. Got to make a play. Got to protect the football. What's your go-to play after watching this whole game develop?
Just feeds the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now to keep this overtime drive going on 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Going for 6. Touchdown Gators! They strike first in overtime. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He'll start this drive firing. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Dogs! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after. The big tight end, always able to make the defense pay.
And tight ends have evolved so much in football. Man, these guys are like wide receivers now, and you see why. Got the athletic ability, the big bodies, throw to them, and make big plays for them.
Don't assume on this extra point. They needed to send it to a second OT. And the point after is good. Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds a tight end down the gut. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To throw, it's Stockton. Gets it out quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
He'll throw on third down. Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That's a great job by this defense responding. Your offense scored no points on their first possession. You understand the situation. Nice job forcing the field goal. Now let's get some push. Get a hand up. Maybe something good happens for you.
So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And he drills the short field goal. Listen, man, a little bit of disappointment, right? Like, I think they were in position. You wanted to get the touchdown. Now, all the pressure shifts to your defense and trying to get a stop. Jesse, because if they get in the end zone, this ball game's over.
This defense now has to come out with a sense of urgency. You're absolutely right. Would have wanted the touchdown. You take what you get. You got the 3. Now the defense has the ball.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Gators with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the red zone, it's ball. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
A big third down play to try to keep the drive alive in overtime. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Fires to the wideout. Looking for the goal line. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in third and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down.
That'll do it. A double overtime touchdown to walk it off. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.